Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So this is actually a little bit different style video for me. I'm recording the voice while I'm filming the video. Typically in my videos I always do a voiceover afterwards, so we'll see how this goes. I'm most likely gonna ramble, but I'm trying my best to make at least some sense. So what we have today is a huge stationery haul. I have to start by saying that all of this stuff is something that I've accumulated within the past few months. So this is not something I, just went and bought all at once. It's something I've been, buying here and there. And I just have so many things to show you guys that I don't even know where to start. But I guess we will start with the, the biggest thing here in the middle. So I will just kind of clean the other stuff away for now. So this beautiful handmade leather cover holds my new Hobonichi Cousin journal for 2025. So this is the journal I'm gonna use for the next year. If you're new around here, I've been bullet journaling for the past almost 7 years at this point, and this is the first time after all that time that I'm gonna transfer into a pre-made planner. I've talked a lot about this decision in my past few videos, so I'm not gonna bore you guys with the same stuff too much. I know many of you who have been following my channel for a while probably come from bullet journaling and you might not know what this journal is. So I'm just gonna very quickly go over the main aspects of this journal. So I guess the most attractive point about this journal is that it kind of has a little bit of everything. So it starts with a kind of future log type of page that you can use for like habit tracking or tracking any events like birthdays or something like that. Then you have these monthly pages where you have a full monthly calendar. The 2025 journal starts from December 2024 and it goes all the way to, let's see, March 2026. So you have a few extra months just, in case. And the layout of this journal is just very minimalistic. There's a lot of space everywhere. Mine is the Japanese version. So there is a Japanese and English version of the same journal. And I wanted to go for the Japanese one because, first of all, I live in Japan and this journal has all the Japanese national holidays, which I never remember. They are different holidays than what I'm used to back home in Finland. So I'm always surprised when it's a national holiday on a Monday and I was supposed to go to the post office and then I realized that I can't do that. So this works for me perfectly. It marks the holidays and also Sundays with this red color, which I know for many people it's what they hate about this journal, but I'm the only person for who it's actually helpful. But anyway, after the monthly calendars, then you have a weekly page for every single week of the year. So it goes all the way from January to all the way to December. And again, you have so much space for each day. The time grid starts from 5 a.m. and it goes until 4 a.m. So you have the full 24 hours here. And you have some extra room on this side. You have the calendar view. And you have Saturday and Sunday on their own columns, which I'm very happy about. I've seen a lot of people decorating these pages with like washi tapes or stickers or, different layouts and stuff. And I'm just so excited to start to use this for the next year. But anyway, after the weekly pages, the last thing this journal has is a daily page for every single day of the year. And this is perfect if you want to do, daily journaling, if you want to have a bigger to-do list for each day, if you just like to write down any notes or, stuff like that. Also, every month has this kind of cover page that I'm probably going to use to make like a bigger monthly cover of sorts. and I'm very excited about that possibility. So a big chunk of the journal is actually for the daily pages. You have a different color for each month, which I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this, but I guess it's one of those things that, you know, you will just kind of ignore when you use the journal. You can also cover these things up if you really want to. I don't know if I'm gonna bother doing that, at least, you know, every month, but we'll see. The Japanese journal also has a kind of Japanese quote here at the bottom, and it has a quote for each day. And this is also a thing that I guess if you don't speak Japanese, you're not gonna find any use for this at all. But since I live in Japan and I do practice Japanese, I think this kind of small daily quote will be a perfect daily Japanese practice for me. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna keep up with that, but I really like the idea that I at least have the option to do that. At the end of the journal, there are also a few empty pages, which I'm definitely gonna use for something. There's also like a timetable, spread, and then like some, you know, random stuff. So this is the basic layout for the Hobonichi Techo 2025, and mine is the Cousin, which is the A5 size. And I'm gonna talk more about my personal plans for using this calendar in my 2025 setup video, which I'm probably gonna post next month. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And now let's move on, because otherwise this video will be 100 years long. So I guess next I should probably talk about this beautiful cover that I have. So I actually ordered this from a small company that I found from Instagram, who makes handmade custom covers for notebooks. And I just fell in love with their Instagram and all their products, and the fact that you can fully customize the cover. You can choose the color, you can choose a different color for the inside pockets, and I personally added a pen loop and this snap closure, just, you know, for functionality purposes. I will leave all the details about this in the description bar, but I do remember that I chose the color Mocha for the outside cover, which is this very nice kind of grayish brown. It's a very neutral brown color. It leans definitely more gray than like warm brown, something like this. I guess you can see the difference pretty well, but it's a very nice neutral brown, and I absolutely love this color. And then I chose a little bit darker brown for the inner pockets, which I believe was the color Nut Brown. Again, all the details will be in the description. And this fits the Hobonichi Cousin journal perfectly, so you can just kind of slide your journal in there, and it's the exact perfect size, because that's the size that I chose. They even ask if you're gonna use a clear cover for your Hobonichi so that they can make a perfect fit for your journal. I am actually gonna add a clear cover, just because I realized that, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I noticed that there is like a small stain from the dark leather, and I don't want it to get any more visible. You can kind of see it in the first page as well. So I thought that I would just add a clear cover so that I won't have any problems with the leather staining my journal. I just love how this looks. I'm a big fan of like real leather. I just think it looks so fancy and rustic and beautiful, and I'm just so in love with this combination. But I guess next I could talk about my new fountain pens. That's one thing that I haven't been able to do with a bullet journal, because fountain pens bleed through a regular bullet journal paper, but they work perfectly for the Tombow river paper that is used in the Hobonichi journals. And I actually have two fountain pens that I got. The other one, let's start from the fancier one. So this is a Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo, and I got the champagne pink color, and this is a little bit different style fountain pen where you have this like click system, so it kind of is a mixture between a regular ball pen and a fountain pen, and I just thought this was so pretty and looked very functional, and I'm like totally faking it for the videos. I've already used many of these products. I just kept the packages just to show you guys in this video and to give you the whole experience, I guess. So I have it inked up with some regular black ink, which is also one that I just got. This is the Sailor ink in black. One thing I point out is that this pen didn't come with the, what is this called? It's called a piston. I'm so sorry, I will write the correct term. No, it's the converter. I'm pretty sure it's the converter. Anyway, yes, this pen didn't come with a converter, so it only came with a ink cartridge. I hope I'm pronouncing that word correctly, but I have a feeling that I'm not. It also came with an empty one and then like this holder. But I wanted to be able to use this pen with like these types of bottled inks, and it's much easier to do with this type of converter. So I had to buy these separately. It was not expensive, but it was a bit of a hassle, and it was also a bit of a surprise for me that my, you know, over $100 pen didn't come with a converter. So that's something that I just wanted to mention. I got my pen from Japan, and this is a Japanese pen brand, so I don't know if that's the case in other countries, but it was just one thing that I was a little bit surprised by. I'll talk more about the writing experience when I've used this pen in my new Hobonichi, so I'll probably talk about my pens and inks more in the upcoming videos. So now you might be wondering, why did I get 2 fountain pens if I already got this beautiful fancy pen? And the reason is that I kind of wanted to have a cheaper option, or something that I wouldn't be, you know, so precious about. So I decided to get myself a Twispy Eco as well. And this one holds much more ink. And also one thing that I was thinking about was that I kind of want to have one pen always inked up with black ink, and then another pen which I can use to, you know, switch it up and maybe use some fun ink colors. Oh, also I think I forgot to mention that the Pilot Decimo I got in the fine tip, and I got the Twispy Ego in the fine tip as well, but this is actually a little bit wider than the Pilot Decimo. So the Pilot pens are Japanese fountain pens, and as far as I've understood is that the Japanese brands have slightly finer tips. So the fine tip in Japan is not the same as fine tip in Europe, for example. So the Twispy Eco is slightly wider, even though they are both in the same fine tip. I think it's nice that I have one pen which maybe showcases the ink color a little bit better. So yeah, these are my 2 beautiful fountain pens. They are so pretty and special, and I'm so excited to use them with my Hobonichi every single day. Then I got some fountain pen inks, so I guess I can start with the most boring one. This is a regular black ink from the brand Sailor. Sailor is also a Japanese brand, so there are a lot of Sailor inks everywhere here. It's a little bit more affordable than something like this. This is the only fountain pen ink that I owned previously. It's also from Sailor, and it's from the Shikiori series. And this is the color Miruai, which is a very beautiful dark bluish green color. And I actually got 2 other of these smaller inks from Sailor as well. This is from the same line, and it's the color Tokiwa Matsu. This is a more true green color. There is like a slight brown green shift in this ink, which is so beautiful. I really wanted an ink which was more of a true green color, and I think this is a great choice if you're looking for something like that as well. And then I got this ink just because it looked so beautiful in the swatches in the store. This is from another line which is called Yurameku line, and this is the color Yoi. This color is so hard to describe. I'd say that it's kind of grayish green with some almost mauve color as well. It's so gorgeous, and I think this is also a little bit more translucent compared to the other two. So yeah, I'm very excited about my new ink collection. Knowing myself, I'll probably get a few more throughout this year, but I'm very happy with my current lineup. Okay, so I made some room here on my table so we can talk about the next thing I got, which are all of these Tombow brush pens. I basically got every single light or pastel color that I didn't previously own. And these are the colors that I previously owned. So I have a lot of them. I use them in my bullet journal all the time, though I'd say that I probably used these pens more when I was starting on my bullet journal journey, and I haven't used them as much in the past few years. But now moving to the Hobonichi journal, I know I will use these pens a lot. So I think I'll actually take a small break and swatch all these colors in my new Hobonichi journal. I'll probably do it in the empty page section over here. Okay, here we are 30 minutes later. I swatched all of my brush pen colors. There were actually a few light colors that I was missing for some reason, and I've probably just not bought those because either I couldn't find them from the store or they were just really close to another color. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this kind of swatch page, and I don't need to search the numbers and names every time I'm trying to link something to my description bar. Now I only have a few more things I want to show you guys, and the first one is my small order to Galen leather. I believe Galen leather is originally from Turkey. I have to double check that. And I ordered these two leather items from them. The first one is this leather pen case. And the reason I got this one is the shape and the size of it. So why I think this shape is so perfect is that you can fit these kinds of bigger either pet tapes or white washi tapes in here and still perfectly close your pen case. There are not many pen cases where you can fit something like this, so I thought this was just so special, and it is also big enough to fit a Tombow brush pen. So this is definitely one I'm gonna use when I travel, and I just, you know, wanna be able to take a few washi tapes, a few brush pens, and a few pens with me. The other thing I got is this very cute travel case for fountain pens. I got the one with 2 slots, so you can easily fit 2 pens in here. And then you can just close it up and have everything secured in your bag. I already have a pen loop in my notebook cover as well, so this will be perfect to fit 1 micron pen, or you know, just whatever you want to use on the go. And I just think this is so pretty. I have to say that I was so happy with the Galen leather order. This is actually a brand that reached out to me few years ago, and they actually sent me a notebook cover. This is the same color family, and I just want to show this to you guys, even though like I've had this cover and this notebook for a few years already. I just have this notebook that I've used as my daily diary, and there are some tabs here that I'm currently working on. You'll hear more about those in the upcoming videos. And they also sent me this fountain pen that I've used in my diary. This is in the M nib, so it's a little bit wider than something I'd like to use, for example, in the Hobonichi journal, because the grid spacing in this one is very small. But yeah, I just wanted to mention this because it was such a nice thing for Galen Leather to reach out to me, you know, a few years ago. And this time, everything I got is with my own money. They also always sent these freebies, like this pouch came for free, as well as this one leather case that fits exactly one pen. And I don't know, how cool is this? This is why I always like to support smaller businesses, because I feel like they just go above and beyond. Like, look at all of this. I got tea and like a eye charm just for ordering 2 of their leather products. So yeah, I just wanted to give them a shout out. I was so positively surprised when I unpacked this order. And then last but not least, I want to share my recent order to the Coffee Monsters Co. I've been watching Helen's videos here on YouTube, I'd say since July of this year. I've gone through pretty much all videos she has on her YouTube channel, and she's a huge inspiration for me when it comes to, you know, getting the Hobonichi Cousin and also just showcasing different ways she uses it. And I just needed to order stickers from her shop to show support and also to, you know, just use with my journal next year. The Coffee Monsters Co. specializes in planner stickers. They have such a huge collection of stable stickers, stuff for everyday use. I just love her style. It's very cutesy, very different from, for example, my own shop, which is why I was so happy to get these stickers and use them. I got a bunch of their tiny icons. To be honest, I completely blacked out while I was making this order. I ordered so many of their stickers. It's a little embarrassing, but here we are. You'll definitely see me using these next year in my planner videos. And then I ordered their whole 2025 Hobonichi Cousin monthly kit. So this has all the months for next year, and I think I'll probably use these on my monthly calendar pages. And I'm sure there will be a bunch of stickers that I'm not going to use on those pages and just, you know, use somewhere else in my journal. I'm just so happy to have all these color options and all these functional stickers that I know I'm gonna get a lot of use out of. So yeah, I'm just beyond excited, and I can't wait to start planning in this journal so that I can finally use everything I've got for it. But I guess that's finally all the products I wanted to show you guys today. I hope that maybe you learned about a new brand or saw something that you've been looking for. If this was your first time around here and you'd like to stay tuned for more, definitely consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!